You're listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
Have we ever done that before, Chaley, where we're just talking when it's said, because we got to play the theme?
Yeah.
We should have Henry Phillips write us a theme song for the podcast. My first TV gig, Henry Phillips wrote this theme for my segment. Maybe we should have him do that.
Well, Doug, if you did listen to your own podcast, which I don't expect you to, Scotty Conant actually did the Stanhope Rag, which plays at the end, and is pretty much associated with the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
But he's not Henry Phillips
He's not,
who wrote
right.
my first thing. And when you say, I don't listen to my podcast, I do my podcast. And when I say I forget what I said, maybe, do you ever think I'm being diplomatic in that I've listened to my podcast and I hate it and I want to keep you afloat? You ever think that this is all for you? Ugh. Never thinks.
God, these ingrates.
That is a question that comes up, by the way.
You were telling me while we were drinking.
And just divided the group immediately.
But no,
So
you
like,
told
this
me
guy,
over pizza that you hate your own fucking partner on your podcast, and you have Craigslist ads trying to replace him.
No
and
one.
Everyone's more qualified.
No one can replace Matt McCusker.
That's what they say when they listen to your podcast. Like, that's their diplomatic way of saying, I don't want to be part of yours no matter how much you pay. All right.
Is this why we did this? We're sitting
This
here
is how
drinking.
we
He's like,
start.
all right, I got
This
a
is
good
exactly
idea.
how I thought it would go.
This is exactly what
When
we're
it gets mean at night?
Yep.
It's like,
Wait,
first podcast, we were kind
at
of...
night, or do you mean the next day?
When's the meanest?
I had a lady recently tell me that I was get mean when I get drunk, and then I said, you know what, maybe you should stop being an asshole to me when I'm drinking, because that's not the good time, and you already knew it.
Yeah.
Sober lady.
Yeah, if you've been here twice, there's really no excuse if you have a complaint. The drinks are free and someone pours them. Anything else, there's no fucking comment box. Go fucking somewhere else, right?
Chaley's on his third podcast of the day. That's like 3 drunks in a day.
That's tough.
Chaley's he's wound and vibrant. Let's say vibrant.
Hey, fired up.
I'm reeling from the James Inman podcast 2 days ago.
Yeah, we have to go over this. I was gonna force Shane to sit through it. I want to listen to it, but
It's fucking amazing.
but I thought we'd talk about it later. But this is the next day podcast. We're just doing it a little bit early. It's almost after midnight
Yeah.
on some time zones. So yeah, this is that day, whatever day. You didn't change the
I
clapboard,
did.
but
I changed
you did?
it. Yeah.
So this is
Continuity, brother.
All right,
I got
good
an
work.
intern.
and we have a maid.
I love that Tracy's taking pictures. I've been trying to get her to do it for 6 years.
Let's do the fucking hair right now. Just Tracy,
get
just
it out
take
of the
a
way.
chunk
All right,
out.
Just
See
let
if-
me get a picture of it as it is.
It's going to look good.
It's
yeah,
pretty
but
epic.
are you tweeting those pictures? You should be.
Yeah,
Brian will
definitely
retweet
did,
them.
2 days
I know
ago.
that
Just whatever.
Shane says he wants to get a haircut as well.
I
while
do
he's
need
here.
a fucking haircut badly.
And Tracy, we have a deal that when my hair gets too long in the back,
Yeah, and it is right now.
that it looks like a character from King of the Hill, I just go, just grab it and cut it. I don't fucking care.
But is your hair color changing? Because it looked green today for the first time, and I didn't.
Well, I had to change it up between podcasts.
Do you really? I feel bad. I'm not suiting up. I'm not suiting up for these. Now that we're on video, I should be branding with the suits. And I was going to do that today, but I showered, and then I was a little chilly, and I go, I want long johns and pajama pants. I was going to say and sweat clothes. I have a sweat shirt, but Shane showed up in a matching fucking
tracksuit.
Vinny Goomba tracksuit.
That's a nice tracksuit.
Yeah.
And I only noticed the fucking shoes matched.
I did not notice the shoes, but I
Come on.
did notice the trim.
Ooh, I know
pretty
I'm
sharp.
shaving now.
Thank you.
When you drive across country through all the podunk states, you're at a Flying J. No one's gonna fucking think you're a weirdo. No one's gonna think New York City, even though you're wearing kind of a fucking mafia fucking stupid tracksuit.
Yeah, I did.
Oh wait, where's the? Hang on.
I did look
Just
like
take
an
a
idiot.
chunk out of my head so we
You're interrupting a conversation.
I know.
I know exactly
I was
what I'm gonna
waiting
do.
for it. Just do it quick. Just get it out of the
She's
way.
not rude by waiting. I mean,
No,
come
it's you fucking saying, "Oh, we have to edit this in later," and then it's always me worried about the editing.
Turn.
on. This is normal. We fight.
This is it?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is it. This is how it happens.
Couple drinks get in here.
That's
Tracy,
why.
go across his temple. Go across from his temple.
Oh, I will. But I'm going to leave.
That's
this.
not his temple.
Just
Oh, yeah.
shush.
I stand
wow.
corrected. Good
Yeah.
job.
That's the long way.
You look like
no.
one of the extras on Oh Brother, Where Art
Take
Thou?
the long way home.
Damn, if I do kill you guys with COVID, we're not gonna. Nobody's gonna fix your hair. This is gonna be.
Yeah, that's
No,
it.
I
It's gonna be the
shave-
hair
I
you
shave-
die
I
with.
shave it all the time.
This is gonna be the autopsy haircut.
Oh, if I
you
die
die.
quickly,
Yeah.
that's the way I'm going to die.
You're like, this
wait
idiot.
till you hear my breathing when we're wrapped up in the morning. Honey,
Oh no!
those shallow breaths you take, I'm worried about you. And
Well,
I'll just,
I coughed
I'll
earlier.
just curl up deeper into you.
I was going to say, what did you mean by wrapped up in the morning?
Yeah, are you gonna?
That was kind of the joke that...
Oh, that's
You're
how you
coming
throw
in.
it out there, Trace, in the
You're gonna
biz.
sneak in that guest house. All right.
Sorry, that door don't shut all the way.
That's why I have stairs and a ramp to the main house, depending on how drunk you are when you try to get into my bed.
You try dragging
Yeah,
a
man.
body up steps. Ugh, never again.
I was just completely went counterintuitive to the scenario I had played out in my mind.
He
But
was thinking of making sweet love.
he, in my imagination, Shaley, he was drunk and needed a ramp to get into the main house to come to me.
Yeah.
Why did you make me look up a recipe for chloroform then?
All
You guys
you do-
need to understand that you should be afraid of getting raped by me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
terrified.
I'm gonna get one of you.
I know role play. Ooh, oh Shane,
I'm gonna get
I
somebody.
think this is going too far.
I'm gonna get Henry the dog.
If are you going to put a roll of socks in my mouth? They're in the second drawer. I know it's your first night. Socks are in the second drawer.
Not the tube. Get the dress socks. It's softer.
Yes, I need the socks to match my pants, kind of like your shoes and your tracksuit.
it's
It'll
a
look
nice
good.
tracksuit. I'm excited about this tracksuit.
It'll look better.
Does
in
the
video.
tracksuit have like a zipper, like underwear? Like you can, because I want your tracksuit to be fully on when you rape me. I want your dick to come through the tracksuit. You're not going to pull it down because I want to see the matching
I see.
trim touch each other.
There's nothing left to the imagination in that description.
Oh wait, there's more.
All right.
Here
we go.
There's a shot for shot script by the bed.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful first night here at the Funhouse Playhouse compound.
It was great.
We did try to visit Olivia Grace. She did not answer her open door when we shouted from the street. No doorknob licking. Drove past Bingo sitting on the wall of the quiet house in her gas mask, waiting to do a photo shoot.
It was the first time I ever met her. That was
Yeah, with a gas mask on.
interesting first sighting of her.
Yeah.
You call that meeting?
Yeah, she was like, new people. I was like, hey, how are you?
Drive by again.
I'll have something different on.
Yeah, she has a World War II gas, or World War I maybe,
Yeah.
gas mask on with the long tube.
The corrugated,
the
yeah,
snout.
too. That's
And she's screaming,
old
because we got out and took pictures of her, and she's like, I'm smiling! I'm smiling! I'm smiling! And then she says to Shane Gillis, I love it! New people!
Yeah.
Wrong hole!
She's in a purple
Wrong hole!
outfit and a gas mask sitting on a wall. Like, ah, new
She's in a
people.
different
I
outfit
was like, it's
every
great.
day.
It's nice to meet you.
Every day, every fucking
Yeah.
couple hours, she changes her outfit, goes and sits on her wall, and waits for neighbors to walk their dogs by so she can wave at somebody and talk to anyone. Oh, have we mentioned Uphill Kim, for one, has been going by every day and doing something stupid just for Bingo, because Bingo's going fucking insane in there, and she's insane already. And so Uphill Kim will walk by. One time she was playing a bugle. Today she was coming by lifting weights because she know Bingo's working out in there. So she comes by
Yeah,
and
Bingo
makes a
looked
production.
fucking jacked, though.
I know.
I noticed that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't get on the other side of that fence.
Yeah.
Oh, you know how scary that would be? Some lady in a jack lady in a gas mask. Just
And a top
fuck you
hat.
up.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you understand
scary.
German?
Yeah. Oh, she was. I mean, she was
This
scary.
is porn
friendly.
I'm into.
She was friendly and she was scary. Sitting on a wall, like I love new people. It's like, oh, good
It's a
God.
cookbook.
Imagine,
Soylent Green is people.
imagine breaking in there.
Can we get cigarettes over here?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I would have sent our intern, Nanny. Today I told her she was an intern because Julia was going to wait for Shane to get here.
I think me and the intern are in love.
I think you're in love. Yeah.
No.
She
We'll see. We'll see.
She was talking about some older dude she's into that's 27.
I'm 32. That's tough.
Well, that didn't work out though.
Good.
That
he was
older
too
dude.
young.
He was too old.
He was immature.
And he was not even a little bit famous, and you are.
I'm verified on Instagram.
You're
Wait
so
till
famous
she
you're
finds
in
that
porn.
out.
Instagram.
Oh, there you go. No, she looked you up. She looked you up. She's like, yeah, I read the stories. I haven't seen his stand up, but I read the stories because I heard you say about SNL. And so
I heard about this failure.
That fame might get you a little bit of credit.
We'll see what it does. It does actually, which is
I mean, with
funny.
her.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, it's not like she's going to look it up
I'm gonna
any
need
further. She's already done.
True.
She has talked a couple times about when she eventually has kids. Ugh, scary, a little scary. But
All right.
but she doesn't say I definitely want them. She
Look,
goes,
it's-
yeah, but it seems like it's a pain in the ass.
It's a quarantine though, so it's kind of this is kind of any port in a storm type territory. So we both,
Any hole in a haymaker.
Well, I think that it's like it's in the trenches. It's a bomb shelter kind of relationships,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
we're a desert island shit.
Yeah, it would actually be embarrassing. Never mind. Never mind. This is all a mistake.
What are you going to get fired from the funhouse?
What are you,
Yes,
gun shy,
yes.
kid? What are you, gun shy? You got one loss on your record. Everything else is spotless, and now you can't take a punch.
She doesn't listen to the podcast. She can
All right, she doesn't. It would be embarrassing. if I-
Actually, she has.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is actually me getting canceled here. This is the only thing I can do is make someone uncomfortable.
Yeah, she hasn't listened to yesterday's or the day before. Whenever I fucking shit in the toilet that she was about to clean and not knowing she was coming in to clean it. And
What
then,
a disaster.
Diarrhea.
You diarrhea.
yeah,
You didn't
and I
just
know I
shit.
double flushed, and she walked in, and I go, "Oh, she's coming in right away to do that," and she goes, "Okay, who didn't flush?" And I went,
In a house with one person living in it.
Oh, that's
And
terrible.
he claims
Yeah.
double flush.
Did you
I
did you
did.
tell her like don't
Because-
clean the
no,
toilet?
I didn't know
She just
that.
said I just took a shit.
She just walked right in and said,
Come
Who
on,
did-
Doug. You've done this to me on tour plenty of times.
"Yeah, but
this is your titillation.
That's a child, for God's sakes. That's happy to. It's
not a child.
She loves cleaning, but
Not a child.
She's over 18. Is what
Can I get
he's
one of those
Shane's trying to establish. We all understand she's over
gonna
18.
She is an adult.
he's going to need an ashtray too.
I got you.
Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is,
she's a sweetheart, and she fucking loves cleaning.
The
can I
funhouse
do
is
this?
cleaner than it's ever been, Shane,
you.
by the way. Since it was built, it hasn't been this clean.
This is awesome.
She washed all the nicotine off the walls.
And she squeezed it back into a glass for Doug.
I said, "Oh."
I put this in my fucking smoothies.
I said, "I'm going to use those fucking paper towels as nicotine patches. I'm going to wipe with them to get it directly into my carotid artery."
No, this is everything I wanted it to be. I'm very happy about this, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was afraid. Well, I was on my way down. I listened to the last episode. I was like, I got to see what the fuck I'm getting into. And then I heard people like Chaley being like, do we really want this guy coming in here? I'm driving. I'm like, I'm in Oklahoma, motherfucker. Like, don't fucking make me feel guilty now.
I was talking to
That's right.
Doug. I wasn't talking
I
to
know.
you.
I understand. Then Doug was like, I don't know. I didn't think he was going to do
Yeah,
it.
these are private conversations. How dare you listen to them?
He did
Then
listen
you're
to
like,
this
yeah.
shit.
What level Patreon are you?
And they're like,
Oh, he's a dollar. He gets brutal truth.
we should fuck with him. And I'm driving. Like, don't fuck with him.
He did call Doug to say that he's like, I was quarantined here and I was quarantined here.
But he already told me
Tell
that.
Shaylee, I'm good.
Well, I didn't want any. No, and that you're right. You're right to feel that way. It is stupid. Like from the outside world.
I did check your temperature when you got here.
True. I was actually excited about that.
When you told me that Rich Voss called you halfway through your trip here, and you said, this is Shane telling me, he's like, yeah, Rich Voss called me. And I told him, yeah, I'm going to Stanhope's place in Bisbee. And I thought Rich Voss would respond in this story with, oh, that's so fucking cool.
Kind of.
Rich Voss said, what the fuck are you doing?
No, pretty much everybody. All right, so Bobby Kelly was excited about it. Voss, who, by the way, the reason I told Voss and was excited to tell Voss is if you ask Voss, not that, it sucks to do any type of listing at all, and I don't want to make this gay, but if you're like Voss, top 5, Stanhope, he names you.
Oh.
Voss.
Yeah, but,
every time.
But he didn't say which rank.
A person who has
I
COVID?
feel like I'm 5th.
But no.
Rich Voss is one of those guys. There's a couple circles of comedy at my age. And then there's the New York guys, the fucking tough crowd.
Yeah.
Alum. And then there's the alt guys, which is Patton and Sarah. And yeah, Rich Voss is a guy I believe actually likes me.
Yeah.
Which is really dependent on how much I like a person is how much I believe they like me.
He likes you a lot.
And it changes by the minute.
But like Norton, I think Norton and I are really good. Alt people,
alt people are like they're like more like cats. Like
this is such a perfect like 80s premise of when alt started because too many fucking Evening at the Improv comics did the difference between LA and New York and cats and dogs. Now it's
alt comics,
us road comics. They hated road comics that would do fucking hack premises like that. Now you're a hack premise.
Yeah, now believe it or not, alt
comics
are typically pretty hack now. It's all like meta. It's all like stand up is stupid, so I'm not even gonna.
I don't fucking.
Meta means you're doing stand up and making fun of doing stand up while you're doing it. It sucks. Thank you.
It's like they said in the Lenny Bruce obscenity trials. Like, or what is obscenity? And the judge says, I can't describe it, but I know it when I see it. Okay. I know meta when I see it, but I can't tell you what it means.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. And they all got very, very political. I don't know if they always were because I wasn't that old.
We were just talking about this recently, where the stages of a stand-up comic. And from a male point of view, it's strippers, porn, or with a female dating, whatever.
Yeah.
Or even porn now.
Yeah, my vibrator during the quarantine. It's literally every single fucking female comic. SNL did it. SNL had a sketch where every chick was like, my vibrator's broken because I'm inside so long, and they all said the same thing. It's like, are we supposed... Imagine if this was dudes.
SNL is back on?
SNL did they did a remote episode.
Oh, fuck.
And it was good.
Guys.
Yeah. Wait,
listen, that is not a...
It was so bad at, like, not news.
Why was it good?
No, that's not news because the only time SNL is on my radar is when I hate it. There's some comedy websites. I have to find a comedy website that doesn't fucking keep talking about who's on SNL this week. Yeah. Really? Why is...
I heard that.
Never been a fucking...
I heard that. I wish it wasn't such a big deal. I didn't know anyone gave a fuck.
Only interesting news that came out of SNL.
For me, SNL is like when you when you want to buy a mattress, and then you start seeing mattresses everywhere, like commercials.
Yep.
That's how I am with SNL. Like I never gave a fuck about SNL, really. Not since I was like a kid. Now I can't stop fucking seeing it everywhere.
All right,
and my algorithm.
One sentence for a listener who doesn't know: Shane Gillis made news 6 months ago for being he was hired by SNL and 2 days later fired when they found some old podcast where he made some fucking Chinese stereotypical voice sound.
Yeah,
and you can Google it from there.
But I will say this in their defense. The people who fired me, That was the least offensive thing they could have got me on. I was like, my agent called me and was like, "Did you make fun of Chinese people?" I was like, "Yeah, for sure." Did they get me on the blacks? No? All right, we're good. Who cares? I'll take it.
I went through last year. I went through everything I ever put out as a CD or a DVD or a special or whatever. Everything that's commercially available, I listened to, because I was trying to write new shit for this, and you get to an age where you go. Today I was thinking of a bit that I almost went back in to write down and went, "Oh, that's the exact same bit as this."
Yeah.
You're like, so yeah, but I went through stuff and yeah, I said some shit where now, I get why Netflix is not going to put this special out on their streaming service.
And luckily, like we briefly talked about it while we were having our frozen pizza, which was very nice.
It was undercooked, but hopefully she doesn't listen to the podcast.
It was undercooked.
Yeah, I told her to overcook it, frozen
But
pizza.
she did well.
She did her best.
Don't you talk
light her
about
up
my
tomorrow.
wife like that? Don't you talk about the love of my life like that? What was her name? Maid? Is that what I should call her?
Mother of my children.
She's in on the joke the listeners
yeah.
know when we had when she just started this week, a week ago.
And also, like I said, I was listening on the way here. So when you guys were saying maid, I was like, this has got to be a nasty lady,
Alice from,
a nightmare of a woman. And then I pulled up and I was like, that's Maid? I love Maid. I'm in love with Maid.
That's the joke.
Yeah, it was funny.
All right, how do you go from the hottest bartender in town coming
To
off a
maid?
modeling job in Dublin to maid? Coronavirus. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck
She's
yeah.
out of work. And it really is not difficult to be a maid in Dublin. Love the fans, but
Oh, a
Ireland.
model in Dublin? I was going to say maid,
model.
I think is the job.
Oh, did I say maid?
Yeah.
Maid in Dublin is probably
Model
in Dublin?
model in Dublin was the
I
joke.
was
Sorry.
in Dublin.
Tracy scrub toilets in Dublin.
Yeah, and now you moved it up to the big time where you're scrubbing toilets in Arizona.
Desert.
Actually, you're overseeing a maid scrubbing Arizona toilets.
You're a manager now.
A job she didn't
pretty good.
apply for.
Madam, a madam.
Yeah.
Toilet scrubbing madam. See, Mackenzie, I can write songs for Bird Cloud.
Hey, the Mama Son? Is that what it's called? Mama Son?
Mamasan.
The like head Japanese,
Japanese.
lady?
That's not Irish, though.
No, I know, but I was
I don't know. I don't know his history.
But yeah, I'm a mama-san.
yes.
Really?
I think so.
Rich Voss. I think that's where we were.
The man.
Oh, you were talking about
No, I was
the
saying-
difference
yeah.
between alt
Oh,
and
God. Well, it's-
what now watching through the very limited media on it, like
Yeah.
all the fucking Big J's crowd, the fucking Skankfest. They're labeled as alt-right because they're not. I went through this.
Yeah.
That's where I was. We were talking about comics who go through their stages, and then they go through their atheist stage, and then they go through
Yeah,
their
yeah,
political stage, and their conspiracy theory
I'm in the
stage.
conspiracy part this week. Just started. Watched one YouTube documentary on Pizzagate. I'm all in, dude. I'm all in,
that's right, you were
dude.
telling
It's a
me.
satanic cabal.
Wait. He watched this.
While it's going
While
80 miles an
driving.
hour. Just like those sons of bitches, fucking Clintons. Oh, shit. It's embarrassing. I can watch one YouTube video and I'm just like, well, I believe that now.
And then I watched
100%.
one debunking it, and I believe
and
that.
I'm like, I'm an idiot. Why would I ever believe that? These fucking morons.
Yeah, I did that with fucking Joe Rogan when I met him in the late 90s. He talked me into the fake moon landing thing. And then, a 4-hour
That
on
one's
VHS.
that one's not bad.
Oh, stop.
I believe that it's real, obviously.
Wait, what's real? The fake
moon,
thing
no,
is real?
the moon landing, but I'm saying it's not out of this. It's not the worst
Out of this
conspiracy.
He almost said the moon
is,
thing wasn't
yeah.
out of this world.
It is
You could see why an idiot would believe it.
That's all I'm saying. It's not like
no physics or.
It's not like
anything
flat
about,
Earth.
like, you know,
it's not like flat Earth or like
Oh, those idiots.
that type of shit.
or Christianity or something like that.
You know, hell yeah, you're in the atheist stage.
No, I'm done with it. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm at that in Carlin. I know I'm going to die, and I don't care. I'm just going to keep bilking the paychecks.
Talking shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The
I feel like
difference-
I'm giving you a spoiler alert on being alive as a comedian.
Yeah, I hear you. You are. That's why I came here. People were like, yo, this is like Luke going to Dagobah, dude. You're going to sit down with Yoda and just learn. I was like, I hope, man. But I got a feeling we're just going to get fucked up and not remember a thing.
That's exactly what I said. Save it for the podcast on this podcast.
Oh, yes. Maybe I can listen on the way back and be like, oh, that's what I said.
When Chaley said something about we're just going to get fucked up tomorrow, I said, oh, this second podcast, if we do it late tonight, it can be tomorrow's podcast, and that will give you a day. You don't have to fucking get drunk on another podcast.
Yeah. Meaning me.
And and Chaley says, yeah, well, then we're just going to get fucked up every day. And I go, that was my big concern, is you're going to come here, and we're going to go on this fucking epic bender, and that's why I gave myself a deadline for the final draft for Monday. So... yeah,
I'll hold off as long as you guys do.
You sleep late. We're going to be good.
That's what I like about you. You keep saying like, oh, we'll put one in the can for tomorrow. I look forward to it every day because it makes me stop drinking when we're done at the podcast so I can edit and then have to fucking do other things in the morning. Like I have a life somewhere downstairs.
Let me fill Shane in. First of all, Chaley works all the time he's awake. If he's watching a movie, it's while he's editing and then juggling.
Oh, that's embarrassing that how right he is right there.
No,
I was doing that last night.
Yeah. Chili, that's not a bad quality.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's ripping me.
But
no, I'm saying
Chaley,
it's better than mine. Which is literally never.
But what did you flinch at all when Chaley said that? Because when Chaley says, well, then I have to stop drinking to work. Once I start, we're going. I don't stop drinking. I go to bed.
At 4 a.m. last night, editing the James Inman podcast, I started drinking tea. But I was drinking until like 4 a.m. And then I didn't get done till 7.
Good.
It was a good night.
I've come to the right place.
I was laughing so fucking hard. You guys both need to hear that podcast.
Yeah, we'll
I listened to the same part 3 times, and I walked out the door, and I called Tracy. I go, I had to get up to get away from hearing what I've heard already 3 times because I'm laughing too hard.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at this because I thought this morning when I woke up, oh, that James Inman podcast that we put out that I felt a little bit guilty for. I always feel a little bit guilty.
Yeah.
But I thought, fuck, it's already gone out. I wish we had an intro for that to kind of indemnify ourselves.
Me too.
And then when Chaley found out something else, I went, oh, now it really needs, at least we're going to have to readdress.
Well, I already leaked it on Issues with Andy because I felt a little remorse. And Chad had actually listened to the entire thing because he was going there to get his daughter out of prison. And they said,
I heard that. Yeah.
They said,
Jesus Christ.
They said,
I'm sorry to cut you off. I was driving down and this guy was like, well, I got to get my daughter out of prison. And I was driving down like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Like a gentleman, he goes down there and
it's not his real daughter. We found out during the podcast. Right. He did a 23.
But he still did a solid.
But he's still,
they release it
now, so.
They release at 4:30 and they release everyone at the same time, like men and women. So he went down there like a gentleman at 4 a.m., rented a hotel, got out, went at 4 a.m., and then still had to do a podcast later that day, in which he told me, at 7:30 I finally called, and they said, well, no, like maybe 4:30, but it's within the first 24 hours after 4:30.
Oh, God.
So he listened to the whole podcast. And I go, how crazy was it that he couldn't get in camera view? He goes, wait, there's video? He listened to the whole thing. I go, it's equally as good.
Listening.
Oh, but no, it's good. That's when I told Bingo,
oh yeah,
watch this one. And she doesn't know how. And I go, she goes, well, I'm not on the sign up thing, meaning Patreon. How does that work? I go, well, I don't know.
Doug,
yeah, I don't fucking know either. I don't know.
Beats me.
No, but yeah. So the one thing that I did tip was that I when I reset everything for Issues with Andy this morning, I realized
James Inman wasn't wrong.
Well,
he
wasn't right either.
You're going to hear it tomorrow.
All right.
You're going to have to
But
listen
it is one of those things where like, oh, you know what? Had you not like cut us off of Skype to begin with,
yeah,
then maybe
Inman's
this would have
still
turned
wrong,
out differently. Yeah,
but he was kind of right, and we'll give him a reprieve.
I am the first one to say, look, yes, you're right. We should have stopped down and absolutely rechecked all the connections. But it's just too inviting.
I listened to 4 of my own podcasts that I can remember, and Inman was definitely 1 or 2 of them.
I could listen to that one 4 times in a row and drive to wherever you came from, Shane.
Yeah.
So good.
It's fucking hilarious.
And but he's we gave him so many tells. He always says, "You're fucking with me."
Yeah.
No
you
matter
should
what
see
it
the
is.
text. Oh, let's get Alex Amaro over here to read the text as James Inman. He sent a huge diatribe after the fact, but I don't know where he's sending me things. He sends things like a drug dealer getting rid of a phone, like use it once and throw it away. I'm like, now it's on Twitter? Wait, we're doing this on Skype? Email? Wait, how do you have this number?
Instagram written on your belly?
What the fuck?
My phone, I told you, my phone was blowing up with fucking just Twitter notifications of James Inman because I follow him. I should have blocked him again just to wire him some more. But
I felt really bad, like that about when I stopped drinking. That I should let him know, like, hey, and I did text him. I go, hey, I rerouted everything, and I think I figured out what's going on. But honestly, I didn't.
But Chaley, you and I were we went into this James Inman podcast because that's when he's at his best. Like we said, Windy City Heat.
You were
Perry.
Doug was peeing over the fence, and he goes, Shaylee, how do we do this? And I go, I don't know. And he goes, well,
no, I said it's afternoon. I'm hungover.
You didn't know the angle.
I said I don't know what we can fire him up about anymore because he always has something. And I go, it'll probably come naturally. And it did, like the whole Skype thing being fucked up. And then Chaley and I, without words, were fucking tap dancing with our eyes going, oh, this is the fucking angle.
We got him.
We got fucking Inman tap dancing.
You know the beauty of the video on Patreon? Patreon.com/Stanhope Podcast. Like the communication.
Yeah,
because we'll do a split screen, and you'll see me and you, and then all of a sudden I say something or you say something, and the other person's eyes light up like, that's good. And we didn't say anything. We walked into it like we don't know.
Pugilism.
It's the best.
It was 2-on-1, which is unfair, but it was pugilism.
It was the sweet science. It was the sweet science. You felt it.
Queensberry rules.
Finally won.
You guys were rolling.
This is the deal, though, is that it all started with him 10 minutes before we went on the air to where we could do a test, him saying, I'm done with Skype. I fucking couldn't handle it. So I stopped it. So call me. So then all of a sudden, okay, game on. So then I said, let's get your phone locked into the board. Let's do all that. So everything was geared towards the phone at that point. But he chose the match. He said
nobody uses Skype.
He said pistols at dawn, and we showed up.
Why doesn't Charlie know how to fix this? He's a beautiful, beautiful fucking crash landing.
Well, and neither of you would give him your own number for him to call either of you back.
Well, who would?
Then I'm going, well, just call me on my phone because I use my old phone number. I won't give him my new phone number. Then his Skype audio doesn't work.
Just watch him spaz. Oh, this is great.
And this is the thing, is that we were connected with audio and video. It's just we were using 2 different mediums to do the podcast, and he couldn't handle that. And then that was the thing. It's like, well, why don't we just do this? This is not right. It's like, this is not right for an hour and 20 minutes.
I was thinking when I woke up and I felt guilty that, like, Scary Perry, like Windy City Heat, like I felt kind of guilty, but James Inman also, he's like the proverbial, in comedy worlds, the cliched bit about some people in wheelchairs are assholes. You don't get fucking. He's a fucking asshole. He's come down here on a one-way ticket and thought he was going to sell Valium out of his pocket to my party guests to get money back, and no one's going to buy.
He ran up hazard.
So I have to fly him back. No one's buying your fucking.
It's a lot like
drugs.
Perry. It's a lot like Perry.
Yeah, he's a wicked.
Where it's like
wicked asshole.
you feel bad for him, and then you listen to him talk, and then you're like, all right, well, this guy's a dickhead.
Yeah.
So this is funny.
Punch him. I don't know.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like Perry, the way they do it with Perry on Windy City Heat is they just make him blatantly homophobic the whole time. Like they'll like record him and he'll be like, "I'm not a fag. I don't like faggots." And they're like, "All right." Now the audience is like, "All right, do whatever you want to him." It's great. Yeah.
I've had conversations. I know that I have to get angry. That's why your fans like me, so we can do it however you like. Like he's kind of got a hint of World Wrestling Federation knowledge that's
hype.
Why it sells.
The build-up, yeah.
But then he turns right into self-involved immediately, and he doesn't understand that. Why am I always the villain? I don't have to always be the villain. Fuck you, Jim McMahon. You have all this money, and I don't have anything.
Yeah, he's a heel that he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, then
he's
he
a
thinks
heel and
really
a hero.
Yeah,
like we already staged this, James. Yeah, but I don't understand why.
I'm done being the heel.
Why can't I be the hero?
I honestly,
you're incapable.
Listen, we
I'm
can stop. We can stop talking.
I don't know.
Eyes.
I don't
Hang
know.
on.
I don't want to
I'm
shit
looking
on.
into your deep blue eyes, and I know one of us is going to go first. So why don't you? You're in a chair that doesn't spin because it holds your girth. So, but you're going to have to turn it towards Chaley while I piss because I watch how much beer you're drinking.
Yeah,
and I know
piss.
you have to piss too. So
Why don't
I'm
we
gonna
just
go
take
first.
a quick break?
We can take a break.
We could take a break, but why kill the momentum? You could have some one-on-one time with those fucking baby blues, and maybe we both wheel them up that ramp at 2 a.m.
All right, here we go on to a break.
All right, here's a break.
Let's break. Jelly passed hard.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to talk to this
Otherwise,
guy.
you guys are peeing at your thing at the same time.
Kako ste ljudi? Dolazi u Casa Grande za najbolje meksički hranu. Mi amigo Ricardo's 821 Florence Boulevard 520-836-3858. Ako volite tacos, the burritos, the enchiladas i Stanhope's especial dolazi tamo. Volit ćeš puno. Zdravo ljudi. I nemoj zaboraviti, idi jebi se.
Yeah, you worried about dry Corona burps?
Yeah,
While you're drinking, you're like, that was a wet burp.
That
no
is
Corona.
That is a callback to what I've said because I always cough like fucking Ratso Rizzo and Midnight Cowboy on the fucking bust of Florida on this podcast, and now it's a sign of health.
Yeah.
Kind of like fat women in the 1600s or something.
Somewhere around there.
One of those days.
Dry cough, that's a mate.
Wet cough.
No, a wet cough is not a mate.
Yes.
A dry cough. A wet cough is someone who's like
Sick.
Yes.
Back then, we're
a
talking
dry-
about coronavirus.
Oh,
Dry
I'm sorry.
cough is the coronavirus.
Got it.
Please
mating
tag
cough today
all
is
my
wet.
jokes.
I'll edit this out. Go. Just say we're
funny.
back. Say we're back.
Edit you being wrong.
No. Hey,
Wait,
let's go
don't.
back and play Chaley's thing one more time. How's that for an edit?
What's
Instead
that?
of I repeat it, I just make you repeat your stupid thing again.
Don't edit it back because I thought of something funny about white women that were fat back then being like hot. It's
Yeah.
funny to think like white dudes back in the day
Or wealthy.
had the same taste as black dudes today. like Shakespeare back then was like, damn, that's a thick bitch. Like in the 16th century. Yeah.
No, there were no black people back then.
True, they were invented by the Clinton Foundation.
Othello, totally. And they had a plague. And they had a plague back then.
True, but
who did?
He during Shakespeare, that was when the plague was.
Oh, yeah.
And he never wrote about it.
If there were black people back then, there'd have to be at least one or two at the Last Supper. Just quota.
Well,
technically, they were all more black than white.
That comes from a fucking trusted news
including
source.
Jesus.
The Last Supper.
So wait, that's a good conspiracy. Black people are new. That's such a funny.
Wait a minute.
The government invented black people.
This is
to distract us from gays.
Yeah, true.
This was a serious thing that we
a long
talked about
con.
over undercooked frozen pizza. Was when Shane Gillis got fired from SNL, I just said it as a truthful joke. He said all I had left was my podcast. Unfortunately, I didn't lose that. And I said, but if you just said, yeah, I was serious. I hate Chinese people and I'm a racist.
yeah.
Your podcast numbers would have probably gone through the roof.
Yeah.
Based on that. And I did not know that, you actually had offers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What's
and
that
they're still
name?
coming in.
Oh my god!
But you have a podcast too. Plug that right now.
Matt and Shane's secret podcast, but
We'll plug it.
Okay,
It's-
I'm sorry.
Milo, Milo's people were reaching out. Every single one. I mean, everybody was reaching out at the time.
Like racist people, like real racist people.
I'm not saying he's not.
Okay, World Wrestling Federation.
Yes.
Yes, he's a World Wrestling Federation.
I should have only done Alex Jones.
Oh,
That's exactly the only place I should have made any type of statement. I should have stayed off Twitter. Should have never made a statement. I should have gone on InfoWars and then gave it a semi-apology like I did. Can I have another beer?
I need a shot after that.
Yeah,
Why? InfoWars
why?
rules.
What?
Are you kidding?
You guys don't think he's funny as fuck?
Well,
No,
from the comedy
I think-
angle?
Yes.
We've known him for so long.
Oh, yeah. You guys actually
that-
know him?
Yeah, he was a cable access guy in Austin.
Yeah. That hilarious?
That played a fucking Morton Downey Jr. kind of character, and now I think he really believes his own bullshit. Like, imagine
probably.
if you invented wrestling, using that as this.
It is wrestling. For sure.
But then you didn't wrestle against anyone, and none of
Yeah,
your
you
friends,
were just like, oh, I am the Undertaker.
yeah, everyone's
am
afraid to
undead.
wrestle me.
No, there are some wrestlers that are like that. I just watched one of those Vice, like, Beyond the Ring things. Have you watched any of those?
Beyond the mat.
Beyond the
Yeah,
Mat.
that just came back.
We
They're
were just
so
plugging
good. I
that
just
the
watched
other
the
day.
New Jack one. New Jack was this black dude from ECW that, like, stabbed a guy and, like, tased a dude and threw him off. Like, he was, like, committing crimes in the ring. Like, he got arrested for, like, stabbing people.
shit.
He stabbed a guy. And, but they were like, he thought he was real. Like, New Jack was
He believed his own hype.
Yeah, that's
Wait, that's
Alex
on
Jones.
Netflix?
That's Alex Jones. No, it's on Vice.
It's on,
Vice.
yeah, it's
All
on
right.
Vice right now.
All right.
It just came back, right?
But
It just
so why
brought-
would Alex Jones be the one you would go on?
No, just because it'd be funny.
Yeah, yeah.
It would
Well,
be
that's
funny.
different than the
Oh,
stance
no,
you
I'm
took.
not, like, serious.
Well, all right, but you wouldn't be like doing Alex Jones would not commit you to a left-right like.
Oh, okay. No, what I was saying
Milo,
is
they still
yes.
think he's
no. There's definitely people like there's just like it's just political. So the cancel culture is a political thing.
What,
So
what
both
does that
sides-
mean? What does cancel culture mean?
Cancel culture is like I don't know. Look at
Well,
fucking
they'll-
like
they'll-
I can show you
fucking
pictures.
black pussy.
It's like
black pussy.
boycotting. Yes.
Perfect. Okay,
Boycotting
got it.
It's a
people.
perfect
yeah.
analogy for him because no one knows them. But if people will go out and protest a small venue,
It becomes a thing.
Yeah. Cancel culture is like so.
and they can protest through social media. They don't have to actually put
Yeah.
fucking boots on the ground and show up in the cold with a picket sign.
Nobody has
Just
ever
tweet at them.
Nobody has ever once said a thing to me in person ever.
No.
And I was like, if you look at, it's funny if you look at like CNN or all these like major news outlets, they're putting up pictures of me, Michael Jackson, and R. Kelly.
Oh, Jesus.
Are like people. These are canceled people. I'll show you the pictures. It's fucking insane.
You guys all have the same
Those
noses.
two guys?
Yes.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah. Now we all three have a particular taste. So CNN's onto us there.
This is early.
Wait, what the fuck is going on?
early,
Tracy's
but-
laughing.
When Joe Francis got busted, and I was watching the news where Joe Francis had Girls Gone Wild, and he just kept getting arrested because he's a fucking awful person and probably does need to be
He needs to
underground.
fucking chill out.
Wait, do you know Doug's history with Joe Francis?
No, I don't.
I did Girls Gone Wild. I
did Girls
hosted
Gone
one.
Wild?
I hosted one, and it was for fucking like a year and a half every late night, 15 seconds on basic cable. My commercial.
You sold most
I
of
did it
those.
as a goof, like you were going to do.
I gotta be
Jones.
honest with you. That fucking rules, dude.
No, it was awful.
I'm sure as an adult you were.
because
I was a young boy when those commercials. I jerked off to the commercials.
Yeah, but
Not to
I
Doug.
was the
Doug,
one.
I probably jerked off to you.
Accidentally,
This is where
you probably
babies
did,
feed.
where
I
you're like,
probably was jerking off.
Hey,
and you were
Bart
like,
Simpson, do the line.
I definitely was jerking off when you came on.
Come on,
like-
Willis. What you talking about?
Show us where babies feed. That was the line that I'm just you're spouting out. Dumb
Yeah,
shit.
You're just yelling at those teenage girls.
But when he got after that, like immediately, I think, in my own opinion, without any factual evidence, that he's a fucking rapist. And that's the one guy I'm like, how did he not get Me Too'd? Because probably every chick that was on that is fucking terrified and
Yeah.
embarrassed.
To be
And I
clear,
have
you
no-
were thinking that while you were in a production setting where they hired
Right.
you and you saw things.
And then he's threatening me with, if you want to fucking quit, you signed a contract and I'll sue you. And I'm like, that's the first time I've had a little bit of money. And,
Well, you left Costa Rica to go do something. It was like insane.
because fucking litigation. Anyway, he gets arrested.
Sounds
after
awesome.
That.
Everything sounds great about all this. I
After
just want you to know.
Shane is loving all of this.
I just want you to know
point.
this is awesome.
After it's all said and done, he gets busted for something, and they go, Girls Gone Wild founder. I'm watching this at a bar, fucking Joe Francis, but they have a picture of me from the infomercial with the trailer. Joe Francis is being...
Yeah. No, I
Those
got.
are like taxes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got hit with a bunch of those. Where it's just like, really? Me and Harvey Weinstein? Me and Harvey Weinstein are your guys. All right. No, they don't give a fuck.
But you have to have screenshots for the scrapbook of that.
Oh, I have my favorite pictures in the world. There's one that's like me, Jussie. It's mostly me and Jussie Smollett.
Oh my God! Are
that's
you
even
serious?
Yeah, as if we're
That's
comparable.
that's worse
I'm
than
saying
Weinstein.
I was, for the record, I was saying that is worse than
Harvey Weinstein.
No, Joe Francis. I'm not saying it's worse than Harvey Weinstein. Jesse Smollett's just another fucking
That was.
liar.
Oh, you know what's funny about that? I've said it on a bunch of other places, but my agency kept Jussie Smollett and dropped me.
Oh my god.
Well,
why
because
you
you
say
dropped
their name?
out of the news in fucking 3 days, and
UTA.
Jesse
He would
Smollett.
still be in the news.
This is Vox. Vox ran this. That's a good one. Oh yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Can you see it?
It's it's
We
in
all
there.
have
It's
reading
in there.
glasses.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
me, R.
Oh my
Kelly,
God. Yeah, I see Louis.
Roseanne.
Oh, wow.
It's a good one.
I would have.
You're the
Wait,
biggest
hang on. Wait.
face
Give
on
me.
there.
Give me
That's
the
great.
one in the. Oh,
It's-
R. Kelly.
It's Louis,
I would. Who's it?
Jussie Smollett, R.
Oh, I thought.
Kelly,
Sorry, it was
Roseanne, and me.
It was the one on your T-shirt.
Oh yeah, that's Matt. That's my
Oh.
co-host. That's why I wore that shirt.
Residual.
He's wearing the T-shirt so he gets Me Too'd by
Yeah.
because of merch.
Me Too'd by association.
Here's CNN with me, R. Kelly, and Michael Jackson.
Put it up to the camera.
Wow.
Oh my god!
That's a CNN tweet of me, R. Kelly, and Michael, couple rapists, and a guy who might have been joking. You know, equal crimes. Guys who fucked children, and a guy who maybe was making fun of racists.
One guy was never convicted.
I will say that those two are actually innocent, and I was guilty. Anyway.
But in a minute, it didn't matter anymore.
You'd be surprised. It does. It does stay with you, like, as far as career. I mean, I'm fine. Like, I'm doing what I want to do, and everything's cool. But, like, I can't. Like, so I got re-signed to a new agency for booking.
Yep.
They're like,
So your previous agency
UTA,
that you've been with.
UTA dropped me.
Oh, Jesus.
And,
I think they dropped me, too.
But, I mean...
Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, fuck. I could...
edit.
No, I won't do that because that was a legitimate. I could I just got a check from them.
Fat baby.
Yeah, no.
All right.
No, UTA didn't.
So
drop me. I just.
This is what I want to know. How long were you with your previous agency?
That was my first agent. They were my only one. When I moved to New York, they picked me up. And actually, when they picked me up, they were like, "Do you want to do SNL?" That was like one of their early questions when they picked me up, and I was like, no. Like, I was like, no, I don't want fucking... That's not my goal.
Smarter than me.
I was like, my goal is to do stand-up. I was like, I just want to have a good special. And they're like, you sure you don't want to do SNL? I was like, I mean, would I be on SNL? Fuck yeah, I would take it.
Why would they think that you
UTA
belonged there?
Aggressive.
Do you do characters or anything like that?
I can act, and
but
I can do...
were you doing that in anything that they saw?
They'd see me do voices. That's really it. I mean, I wasn't like on stage. I'm not real. I don't know if you can look at me and tell I'm not moving around a lot on stage. But
that's why I'm saying, why would they think that you were appropriate for it?
I mean, I was.
Pie face?
I obviously got it.
I think an aggressive.
I was
rep.
They called it. I got it right away. I got cast immediately.
But was someone at UTA like championing your cause? Like, hey, this is the guy you need to get into.
They were like. I don't know. They were just like Lorne Michaels seems to like big funny people, like funny men, like men. Because right now they don't have any. Well, they have a couple, but like it's mostly like it's all pussies and women, and that's what it's been since fucking Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
Then
sidebar, Your Honor, Tina Fey ruined an insurance commercial.
With
Mayhem.
Mayhem rules, and she did ruin it.
Every insurance commercial, every single company is guilty of the worst commercials ever that ruin football. That's the only time I have to see them because everything else I DVR or Netflix. So insurance commercials, everyone, that was the only good one. And then they put Tina Fey in it.
That was the only good one.
Do you think maybe it was a Jerry Seinfeld where like she owned the company that was selling the commercial to the insurance company?
All I know is I saw Tina Fey and Mayhem in the same commercial.
Which Mayhem stands out as it's like the Energizer Bunny.
Yep.
He can sell it. Yeah.
He's a bigger celebrity to me. If I had to get a tattoo of a commercial.
That's a good fucking
Dude, that is as good as your Bill Murray and someone else to drink with. If you had to get a tattoo of this or that, that's a fucking another good one.
That was an old game we used to play. Who would you rather day drink with? And it started with that's my phone. Don't worry. It's if it's Bingo, she'll call. It started with who would you rather day drink with? Charles Bukowski or Hunter S. Thompson? Day drink.
Hunter. Bukowski would be. I guess the day drink part does change it because night drinking is where Bukowski would get ugly.
See, I knew she'd call after she texted.
Do you want to put her in? We can't do it on here because you have headphones.
Wait, it's our maid.
No. Don't you dare out me, you cocksucker.
It's not live, dude. She doesn't know this.
Hey, you're on speakerphone. We decided to podcast again. Oh, I think you knew that.
Oh, yeah, dope. I was going to see if y'all were still up and drinking because I was going to come back.
Come on back.
Fuck yeah.
Just don't listen to this podcast.
Do we need
Someone
ice?
might have a
Fucking
crush on
idiot. You fucking idiot. God damn it.
I wouldn't have ever thought of that. You told me not to
I knew
do
you were
it.
going to fuck me on that.
No, I wasn't going to do that. You reminded me to do that.
Tracy,
No, come on.
Doesn't matter.
she's coming here. Do we need
Doesn't
ice
matter.
in the fridge?
She's the Girls Gone Wild problem. She's attracted to a camera like a fucking moth to a fucking bug light.
But yeah, I hear you on the Bukowski argument there. That's a good argument.
Anyway, but this is
It's changed.
well torn ground. But
They're still
who would you
down to-
rather have a tattoo of?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I thought it was Bill Murray and someone.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no,
still
that's
down to-
okay.
yeah.
That's what it became when we started with Bukowski versus Hunter S. We went through Buscemi versus Gary Oldman.
I don't
Day drink with.
I don't know Gary Oldman's drinking like that, so I would go with Buscemi.
Well, you don't know his
But
drinking.
Gary Oldman's
but
been
as
in a ton of
character.
fucking.
Well, I think I know Buscemi's drinking. He fucking died. I'm sure he was throwing him back.
What?
Oh, Buscemi. I was thinking Belushi. I'm an idiot.
No.
Steve
Oh, no.
Buscemi?
Yeah, we had Belushi against someone, I'm sure.
Belushi or
Belushi
Bellamy.
against Farley.
No, Steve
Oh,
Buscemi.
that's a good one.
Versus Gary.
Did you just
Oldman.
hear that?
What?
Belushi versus Farley. John Farley.
Farley.
Oh, yeah.
John Farley.
Well, I guess that's
What's
always
his
going
name?
to fall on partisan lines of
Chris
how old you
Favreau.
are.
Chris Farley. Sorry.
Chris Farley. No, we did Chris Farley versus John Candy.
Oh.
Well, you're close.
No, because that's an age thing. But John Candy and
Chris Farley.
Farley.
I think you got to go Farley almost every time.
No, I would go day drinking. John
Candy.
would.
John Candy.
You would, a day drink is a sad fucking horseshoe posture.
But if
drink
I ordered
at
a
the
grasshopper,
coaching
he
horses.
would order a grasshopper with me. We would.
Which one would?
Farley's going to be out of control
John Candy.
all the time, and let's go do some
Yeah, yeah.
shit. I don't want a day drink.
You think that guy's got coke? Yeah.
John Candy would be wonderful to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Bill Murray one, it devolved into. It
No one
evolved
beat Bill
in-
Murray. No one could beat Bill Murray on a day drink.
On a day drink?
Yeah.
Not even
There
John
was-
Prine.
This is so old I don't mind bringing it up. It's
I
not
would
like
take.
No, that's a great.
I'd take.
who can
I know you guys are gonna hate.
He
this.
doesn't know it, so that's.
I know you're gonna hate this, but W in his prime.
George W. Bush?
Yeah, that'd be a good one. A nice, powerful guy getting day drunk. That'd be.
I
fun.
agree with you
It's a good story.
Interesting-
Yeah.
in that early,
But
not after, not presidential. Right?
Yeah, no. I think
Yeah,
he
yeah.
found
that's
God.
the problem. The point is...
Point in time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million people that nobody knows I'd rather day drink with, and George Bush in his prime was someone nobody would know.
Wait,
I've
I've
George
seen
Bush.
footage.
George Bush drinking.
There's some footage of George Bush drinking.
The point of the game is to try to make who's the best team of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah, who's the dream team?
fantasy. It's a fantasy drinking team.
I'm trying to think.
If it finally comes down to who's
John Daly, the golfer. That'd be a good one.
It's a good one, but who?
That's
would
a
you-
good
who
day
would you
drinker.
ma-
He's like
I mean,
drinking-
You can't match him against Bill Murray, but
No!
Oh, they
who
golf.
would you match?
They both
No,
golf.
actually, those two would rather drink
who
and,
would you
and kick
match
you out of the bar.
against? There you go. Oh, that's another fucking legendary sports partier.
But Bill Murray
Daly's
is a classic.
Dude, Daly's not a legendary. He's like a fucking. He pulls his RV in front of a Hooters now.
He's
sells
like
merch
John
and
Candy.
blacks out during the day.
He's huge.
That guy fucking rules. That's a good.
No, he is. But that's kind of an apples and oranges thing where he's not the same as a Hunter or a Bukowski, where they're both authors, they're both legendary mad.
Yeah, I wonder if Hemingway would be a cunt to drink with. He'd probably make you fish or hunt.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
Day drinking?
Well, I mean,
You ever try hunting? I guess that's day drinking.
it is.
I assume the camera angles are where the audience doesn't realize that you have never looked at him once.
He
but-
told me not to.
Oh, good. It's,
I don't want
I'm
him
not
to-
being an asshole. He told me not to.
you're doing great, dude.
Yeah,
Are you
try.
kidding me?
It's tough.
I can't believe
You're
Doug's
doing
thinking
great.
about that.
You're
shit.
doing great. That comes up when you're drinking.
That would bother me. I'd be like, "What's this guy, an asshole? He's not even gonna look at Chaley."
Mostly
talked
you
about
two
that
guys.
earlier is what we both hate being on camera, but if we
Yeah.
don't see ourselves,
No, but
that's why
before
Chaley has it set up like this.
Before we started, he was like, "It's set up like this. Don't look at me when I talk." I'm like, "That'll be tough," but all right.
Have you? I don't know if you've acted or anything where you see yourself on the monitor and go, "Oh fuck, I can't do this."
Yeah, I saw myself on that monitor, and I was like, "I need a haircut and to lose."
Look how
40
great that!
pounds.
Look at that shot! Look at that shot! That's
I don't wanna
perfect.
see me.
That's perfect. You guys are looking at each other like you're talking. I reversed your angle, Doug, so you're looking at him. So it's more it looks better for the audience.
If we did this like issues with Andy, I would have the fourth person in the screen be someone who would remind us of where we were when we went off topic 1,000 times.
Who's
What did you call
Cocktail
from,
act.
who's your number one? The day drink.
Bill Murray is. That was
He's
the
the
whole
number
point
one?
of the story. Was we could never find anyone that people could beat Bill Murray.
I'd drink with Mitch Hedberg.
And
then he'd leave and go get heroin, and then I'd have to fucking drive the RV home.
Yeah.
What's the situation? Where are you? Does that change?
I always pictured the old Coach and Horses, which is now the Pikey. I don't know if you know.
Closed.
Oh, it's closed.
Wait,
I know that. That's
He
not
knows
news.
that.
Yeah, I knew that before they closed for good. But just a fucking any New York
Nice
day drinking bar
Day bar.
with the light shining through the window, but from a distance, slumped.
You're a
I
good
wrote
one.
this fucking line today.
You're a good one.
Curled like a prawn around my wilted middle section, unable to do anything but sweat through the bed. That was your haunted house 2016.
oh my god! I love
Fucking
that.
woke up and wrote down wilted middle on a small fucking post-it note, and then I fucking jumped into the fucking notes of my book, turned on the computer, and put that in.
Shane has a good point. You're a good day.
You're a good one. You're one because I was trying to think of comics.
Not if you're here for the night.
True. It's gonna get ugly. But no, you're one that I was trying to cycle through my head of who comics alive today
that drink.
that even drink.
They're a tough find.
I drank with Bert Kreischer once. He probably wouldn't remember, but I do. It was fun. He's a good one.
Yeah, he's in the book too.
He's a good one.
About that. a day drunk into night drunk into.
Yeah, he's a good one. God, I don't know. Murray, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Who's your personal best one? Who's the one
that I have? Fucking Depp, of course.
Depp, yeah, he's
But
got to
it's
be
not
the
a
best.
day drunk. That's he wakes up like a fucking vampire.
He might be a vampire, dude.
No, I day drank with him on the fucking island, but yeah,
What island? Epstein's?
his own.
Oh,
the
his?
Bahamas, the one he owns.
Epstein's? Look, I'm all in on
I
Pizzagate,
really
dude.
fucking.
You better watch out. He might be a part of that.
Johnny Depp, I really think is one of the
Check
most
the Lolita
fucking
Express.
innocent. Like he's like Hedberg. He's like this most reclusive, like sweetheart.
Jack
he
Nicholson.
talks shit.
Jack would have been a good
Jack
one.
versus. You got to get like a Paul Newman.
I'd
or
say
a,
Jack
okay,
versus-
Jack. What's a fucking
Leonardo DiCaprio is kind of the
Steve
modern.
Yeah, no, I'm saying someone that you equate. Who's Steve McQueen? Did you just say that? That's who.
I know.
I drink with him.
Jack Nicholson, he would be a cool one.
Since they're both dead, I'll put them like at what era?
Jack
alive.
Nicholson's dead.
No, he's talking about Steve McQueen.
Oh yeah, you
wait,
haven't seen
Jack
the news.
Nicholson isn't dead.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the news.
Shit! Oh, whoa.
My bad.
Whoa.
My bad. How'd
Come
you
on,
find
man.
out about that?
Jesus.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson would be boring now. That's I was talking about McQueen, but like in the heyday, I don't know a lot of. I'd go McQueen.
But two whiskeys in, you don't think like Jack? Come on, you got to ride. Just fucking do a couple of shots. Couple drinks in, and then he starts talking about the Easy Rider filming, like when they're doing the shoots. Like,
Hugh Hefner or Larry Flint?
Flint every day.
too gross.
You want to look at this Flint? There's a wet lip dropping.
What about
Only if you had a caretaker.
what if you had to go presidents? I think W wins that.
Teddy Roosevelt.
A president-
Are we going all time?
Teddy,
All time
well,
presidents?
what? Alive?
I was thinking alive. Clinton's a good
No,
call.
I'd go Obama. Fucking
Obama for sure, but Teddy Roosevelt's my
Obama
all-time
smoked
favorite.
cigarettes.
Yeah, that's true. And a little bit
I'm
of
going with a smoker.
He won't take one of your American Spirits yellows.
Yeah, I'm going to embarrass myself. That was the greatest. You saw Louis' fucking new special?
Yeah.
The president knows I masturbate.
Yeah, that was fucking incredible.
So fucking good, man.
Yeah, him knowing Obama knows he jerks off is so fucking
Like
funny.
everyone knows your business is fucking so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I mean that special is so good. It's good. It's like it's so funny to see a comic that's he's like, all right, I got nothing to lose, so let's do.
lost it all.
I'll do it. I'll say it, and it's just like perfect, man.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's what it should be.
America loves a
we
comeback.
were talking about how this whole fucking virus thing is gonna diminish that cancel culture. We hope.
Hopefully.
We're like, oh, doesn't this put it in perspective?
Hopefully.
We did when you just got first fired from Saturday Night Live.
Furloughed is what you mean.
Furloughed.
Yeah, true.
Exonerated. How about that?
Let go.
I fucking look at a lot of thesaurus.com.
It's standing
you're
next
writing.
to you.
But we knew that we were going to see our friend Sonny, whatever he calls himself. He's still not completely.
Oh, after the Harrisburg show with Tony Viagra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Tony. Sorry you missed the Baltimore show. We put those together on purpose because you had just gotten fired from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah.
But our my friend that's in jail for murdering his mother because he was schizophrenic and thought Lorne Michaels, and he went to New York, stabbed his mother to death, and then went to New York City, actually get on the set of Saturday Night Live. Maybe it's to your
Multiple times.
benefit that you did not get murdered on the set of To put it in perspective, you did Chinese voices. He thought he was going to be in Saturday Night Live because Lorne Michaels was telepathically talking to him through the TV and said, "Come to my set." So, there is a comparison. We didn't get any blowback for you being on our podcast.
No,
We'll be okay. Is that what you're saying, Doug?
Yeah, I
the
think
Doug
fine.
Stanhope podcast will
The
survive.
brand is fine.
Settle down, Shaylee. Hennigan, call off your.
No, hopefully, I hear you on the fucking. I talked about it with a couple of people. It's like hopefully our country faces a real problem, an actual issue like this.
Yeah.
And then maybe we stop crying about, a lot of non-issues that aren't actually
And one of those
real
non-issues.
Hold on. Harvey Weinstein was an issue.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about.
All right.
He's talking about collateral damage.
I'm
right.
talking about me joking on a podcast and getting
Yes,
fired from comedy.
I get that. Yeah,
Everyone's talking
Like-
about fucking. I watched Norton. I'm finally watching comedy, and I watched Norton.
I
He
just
had a
heard him the
fucking
other night coming
brilliant
back.
bit.
Yeah.
That's on the Degenerates. I haven't watched his full special, but it's the. I'm not gonna give it away, but watch Jim Norton on the Degenerates talking about Ted Bundy. Fucking.
That's a
documentaries.
That's a compilation.
So good.
right?
Yeah.
The problem is, like we all now, comics are actually in the focal point for once, and everyone has to address the issue about what we can and can't say in comedy, which we never got in the fucking spotlight. So it's kind of good. It's kind of good.
Yeah, it's all right. Trust me, it's all right. Shit kind of sucks. No, it's I hear you. We shouldn't be. Comedians should never
Not
be in
in a
this.
negative way,
In this,
yeah.
well, they shouldn't be in this spotlight at all. Like, hey, what do you guys have to say that's important? It's like, sure, some things, but like, there's a million fucking retards doing stand up right now, and none of them should be discussing things. Like, I all of a sudden we have very political comedians
That, like, I ran for president in 2007 for like 6 months, and I went, I don't know anything about politics, and because I ran on a libertarian.
That was why you stopped.
It was one of the reasons, because it wasn't fun, because I realized I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I would challenge
Thank you.
a lot of good friends of mine that are on Twitter that went from funny to, we need to do this and this person needs to. Okay, run for president on that ticket, and then realize when you get questioned by a third party that's even negligible, and they go, well, how do you feel about this and this? And you go, How does that work?
Well, it's funny to hear all these, especially like veteran comics now, because like you can, like it's easy to like talk. You can say horrible shit your whole career, and then once you're famous, you can pull that ladder up and be like, no one should be talking that way or be saying those things.
Just drop the name. Go ahead. Drop.
No, there's a million of them. There's a million of them. It's like, but it's funny to be like listening to somebody discuss political issues. It's like, dude, I've seen you do blackface. Like, what are you talking about?
I have a picture of me in Tri-Cities, Washington in like 1993 where it was Halloween, and that's the last time I actually put on a costume for Halloween. I went on stage on a David Tibble gig as Aunt Jemima. With the whole big tits and fat ass and kerchief and blackface.
Yeah.
But I only had like just 2-3 years into comedy. I only have my one act. There's no off the script.
Yeah.
A heckler says something and you go, and have you heard about mutton busting where kids ride on sheep? I don't react. I have nothing. And so my show sucked.
But you were dressed like you bombed as Aunt Jemima?
Yeah, because I go, I'll dress up. It's Halloween. I'm a kid. I'll do Aunt Jemima. That's funny. And if I was famous in a place where blackface could take me down, all they would have to do is play, like I had like 2 jokes about the Aunt Jemima costume, and then it's back into my dumb fucking awful comedy that a 3-year-old comic does. And then you just have to play the rest of that 25-minute set, and they'd go, ooh, he's exonerated. He already did his time. He's shit.
Well, that's what sucks about it is like my podcast, the one I got fired for, is like it's just me and my friend, and we're idiots. Like it's like listening to 2 8th graders talk. So it's like me and him, like, farts, you ever fart and your boner is this way? And it's like, so now CNN is looking at that and like tweeting that I called Confederate soldiers gay from the Civil War. Like that's like a real, they comb through comedians shit that they're obviously, I knew it was shit. That's why I was saying it. I was spewing nonsense.
They're looking for something salacious.
And they're like, here's a real quote, and they type it out. It's like, dude, you guys aren't you guys adults?
You went to college for that?
You went to Columbia and you're following my podcast?
That's what we were talking about earlier.
It's wild, man.
Is you have to lose 50% of your audience to gain a fucking following.
Yeah.
You're talking about, you're doing shows a lot of the time to people who just show up for comedy night, not for Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
And you were talking about, was it Baltimore? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was in Buffalo. I was talking about how I actually, in real life, I walk more conservatives. Like typically when people leave my show, it's because they're like really into Trump. And if you run into like somebody that like loves Trump, if you even mention him at all in a bad way, they're fucking giving it to you. And they spaz.
Like yelling at the
Cowboys fans.
For sure. Yeah, they scream. And I mean, look, I know you guys hate this, hate Trump. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Whoa.
He was talking to the listener.
No, but I'm saying like they have been battered. They are like, if you're a Trump supporter, you're like a battered woman. Like your guy has just been through the ringer since day one. So like they're like, all right, let's have a nice night, and then here's a comedian on stage that's like, it'd be funny if Trump got shot. The footage would be great. And then so I get why they're freaking out. I just wish they understood it was a joke. But I guess what I'm saying is, it's funny that in real life the conservative people seem to be the ones to freak out, and then online and career wise, it's the liberal, the left is just the biggest bunch of pussies. They're the biggest bunch of pussies on earth.
Let's
They're
do
just
you trip
faking.
at all?
Yeah, I'll fucking.
Because
I'll do whatever.
Oh, have you like, or maybe just edibles?
He's living at your house.
Wait, what are we tripping
tonight.
on?
Mushrooms.
Oh, 100. I did yes.
But
and mushrooms last week.
I've
Yes.
fantasized about just
Mushroom
trying
podcast?
to fucking make a third party out of the two parties.
It needs done, and I think it is going to happen. I think of all the whatever happens with Trump,
we fucking reach across the aisles, and that's what the press is doing. Like we said with Skankfest, that whole the Okerson
Yeah, man.
people like they're being labeled as alt-right because they're not. And I went through this with, when I was against George Bush, that meant I was a liberal. No, I'm a fucking realist or whatever you want to fucking call me. I don't care about any party.
It's not black or white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Ogerson is being branded.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that was
Right?
because of me. That was they were kind of because they had Milo on their podcast, Yiannopoulos, but they they're fucking
even
interviewing
Rogan.
someone.
That's Chris
So did
Layton's
Rogan.
fault.
Why wouldn't
It's not the fans know. That's the point. Is the fans know.
Exactly.
It's whatever media, and then there's 8 people that take an opinion and they go, people are outraged. No, 8 people that want to fucking get their tweet read are outraged.
Someone who has a social media savvy has all of a sudden made this a thing.
I'm saying Shane Gillis and I should get high and figure out how to solve the world. God did not send him across a virus-plagued nation to come here for wisdom, for us not to come up with a
God
solution.
damn it, you're right.
I am right. God, do you know how long it's been since I talked to a comedian?
I would rather do a mushroom podcast than a pot.
Yeah, I don't like pot, but I do like mushrooms a lot.
I'm too uneasy on that.
I agree.
I tried 2 times to do a
No,
podcast.
you've tried more than that, and
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's-
remember 2 recently.
yeah. No,
I don't like.
it's
pot
not that
like
it's not entertaining, Doug.
No,
but I
it's
don't think
edibles. It's different. Yeah,
it's a weird thing for you to gauge. Whereas
Yeah.
I think mushrooms we could do that better. And Tracy's, the 4 of us would be down. We'd all be down.
Yeah,
I know a local drug dealer. That's a callback to a private conversation.
But I wanted to throw my hat in the ring on that because I would rather do that than the edibles because I get a lot of things on the email and on Patreon, just like more edibles for Doug. But you're solo on that.
Yeah, well, Nikki Fitz. I listen to Nikki Fitz. Nikki Fitz tells me don't ever do pot on a podcast before, and he's really kind of my soul guide. What do you call those?
A spiritual advisor.
Spiritual
Soul
advisor.
guide.
Exactly what I was
Soul
looking
guy.
for.
Soul guy.
That's a blaxploitation film. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite. Soul Guide. I'm your brother. You went to black heaven. I'm your soul guide. Ha! Cha-cha-cha-cha.
But it's all done in blackface. Like
We were just watching a Sidney Poitier movie
Oh,
from
man.
fucking 1959 or something where he's a black doctor.
great. He's great in that.
And they did that whole corny cliched, hey, Johnny, don't let this black fella...
Yeah, you're
Hey,
gonna let him take our jobs? Like, they're still making these movies. They're still making that. You can watch
Well,
that today.
I said that to Tracy. I go, I want this remade with Kevin Hart as Sidney Poitier, the well-spoken doctor in the original. The guy got shot. I don't know. They shot him in the leg. Ha! I don't know. People know Kevin Hart and they like him, like comics. Yeah, they like he's a great guy. He's very funny. I'm like I can't. I leave football for a commercial of his for his new movie where he's just
Yeah, that's can't judge him on that. But yes, it is. I mean, yeah, it's like he's doing Jumanji. Yeah, that shit stinks.
I'm more offended by that.
Stinks.
I'm more offended by that.
All right, hang on. This is my son. This is my son Shane Gillis. I want to have him meet my maid.
Oh,
What? I'm sorry. You're throwing out references of things she knows that I don't.
Oh, Jumanji?
Jumanji.
She doesn't remember that there was an original.
Yeah, you remember Robin Williams?
Who?
Yeah.
Do you know the original Jumanji? Yeah. Oh yes.
I'm glad we did this podcast.
This is a good podcast. I think I said some things I'll regret. I'll wake up tomorrow and say,
so.
God damn it, not
No.
again.
Chaley cringes when Chaley is like a moral barometer
He didn't
of
cringe.
the
I couldn't
guest.
see him.
He did not cringe
All right,
once.
good. Thank you, Chaley.
I love this.
Good.
Listen, I got no problem with you wanting to do podcasts. I am set up. I feel bad when I leave the gear. Like, I pulled that camera that's on Shane right now. I pulled that camera because I didn't think the bartender or you wanted it there. But we're set up to go here.
Hell yeah.
We're in crisis mode, motherfucker.
Is there something going on on the outside I don't know about?
We're at war.
No.
We did actually.
All right, sorry.
Come on, man. I told you.
We actually did
The
find.
resources are low, and we had to go to war, and I think Trump's right to do that.
We're
Anyway,
sucking dick for gasoline, goddammit.
We found a guy up on the Gulch. Our friend Shawnee, who built this entire place, said, "Yeah, I talked to Andrew, and he's been like working on this place up in the Gulch, and he has
handyman
no.
who's done a bunch of stuff.
There's
here.
no.
Yeah.
He listens to podcasts or Audible books.
LPs.
See how I correct?
I just listened to. I just got into Audible.
Fucking
drive down
Audible's
here.
great.
Hey, you know what? All right, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go
No,
ahead.
the point is that Andrew is like, so what's going? Is something's going on? Because you don't know. So there really
shit.
is a guy locally that had no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I don't either. I genuinely don't.
But this was before. Like he doesn't. Yeah, nothing.
Oh, he didn't even know about the virus.
Andrew lives on a hill.
He was
Accidentally, like he's just working on shit at his
Yeah.
house. There's a lot of people
Yeah,
like
like,
that.
no, people are getting sick. He's like, oh, really?
Shane, this
All
is the deal.
right. Just back to work.
Andrew lives on a hill in the Gulch, which is Old Bisbee, where at one point you'll go, my car is not going to make it to go to have dinner with him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that. Wait a minute, I have to back down this whole fucking hill.
Unfucking real. Those
That's
are the
where Andrew
worst.
lives.
It's terrifying.
There was a mountain lion living above his house in like an area that he owned.
They had
and
to come
he's
to a
like,
truce.
Him and his neighbor.
ate all his chickens and then left like a gentleman. And then he said, "Oh, how come there's a mountain lion?" But wait a minute, it's a fucking. I could tell what was bedding down. You stayed long enough to see us eye this fucking bullshit. Are you
Jesus.
kidding me? Get out of there.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's business.
I guess we're still city boys on some level, living in this fucking gated compound.
This is wild, man. This is a wild
You ain't
fucking
seen
town.
shit.
I know I haven't. The small amount I've seen, I'm like, damn.
No, this is actually, you've seen everything. This is pretty much what we do every day. Wake up,
This is our reality.
wait for you, have some
nice.
cocktails, talk shit.
I can't wait to go
nice.
to Benson and get Kentucky Fried Chicken.
We really didn't talk about this on a
never talked
podcast?
about
Right.
All right, well, let's not close on it because
No,
tomorrow,
well, no.
Douglas tomorrow.
I'm good.
Douglas has one.
Do they?
Yes.
Is that
I'm
what I
sure of it,
crossed
'cause
through
I
to get here? I
never
think it's
eat
closed.
there.
I was going to stop to get it. I was going to stop to get it.
No, you wouldn't go to Douglas to get here.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he did go through
Oh
Douglas.
shit, he took that. He took
Hey,
that.
the
one
movie's
road
on.
through
They're
the
about
tunnel.
to
Yeah.
lynch Sidney Poitier.
All right, put it on pause. All right,
Smells
hey,
good.
the movie I paused. Sidney Poitier is back on. We're gonna see what happens to him.
I got a good feeling the whites aren't going to be too kind.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Listen, Bingo, take us out of here, and we'll tell you how the movie wraps up tomorrow. I'll see if Kevin Hart makes a cameo. Click.
Okay, bye-bye now.